Well, a very good afternoon, ladies. Please could you introduce yourselves and tell me exactly why we're here today?
Right, my name is Kim Churcher. We're here today because we are celebrating the fact that we've both been nominated for the Welsh Women's Awards. I own a couple of companies, training companies and a domiciliary care agency.
I'm Claire Mountain, and my business is Mountain Celebrations and Mountain Celebrations Training. And as Kim said, we're both up for the first Welsh Women's Award. Kim's going to be for Business of the Year, and mine is for Small Business of the Year.
But we also have a connection between the two of you as well, don't we?
We do. We're cousins.
Best friends.
Yeah, best friends. We also, about 2 years ago now, Claire, supported you with the training side of your business.
Yeah.
And that's doing extremely well. So yes, it's good connection between the two of us.
So how would you say that your businesses connect?
So I originally, as Kim said, 2 years ago, I went to her for some advice on setting up a training company. And so Kim helped me with that. So what's happened now is that's grown so much that we are now partnering with Kim in certain aspects of training so that we can run a partnership. And you've got 4 or 5 other businesses that have joined into that partnership, haven't you?
All women.
All women,
I have to say, all women in business. So we're very proud to push that forward, aren't we?
Definitely.
You know, I think.
So let's talk about exactly what you do. Exactly what
Training,
are your businesses? Training for what?
Well, we've got MVRS training, which is for sustainability. So we support businesses how to run in a sustainable way and save money, and via leadership and management courses, customer service, business admin. And then we've got Wales England Care Training, which is a specialist health and social care training, which is my background. I've come from a care background. And we've got a domiciliary care agency of 1,000 hours a week and growing. So I'm supporting women in local areas to get into jobs. So yeah, it's going really well.
And Claire Mountain.
So our business is, the celebrant side of our business is that we officiate at funerals, weddings and baby namings. And the training side of our business is that we train celebrants from all over the world to actually perform that role. But by doing that, we've also now going to be training in customer service, business management, so other roles, and again, supporting women. And I'm also working as part of the Valleys Task Force with Business Wales to help them promote business for women in the valleys.
And how important is it for you to know each other this well, where you have that connection with each other, know exactly what you're each thinking and things like that? Is that important, or is it just...
Well, I think we're very fortunate, and I think we're very lucky that we have got that connection. It works really well. I think there's times where my strength isn't public speaking. I hate it, as where Claire loves it. So I'll push Claire in front and think, right, you go and do that, where I can talk more in groups and mentoring support. And I think you would agree with that.
Oh, definitely.
You know, I like to empower not just women, but people in general to be the best that they can be, because do you know what? There's so many people out there that want to see people fail. And for me, I think it's a fabulous opportunity. I love it when people tell me I can't do something, because that gets the ears on my back up. I think, right, I'm going to prove you wrong. And I have done that time and time again, because I left school, couldn't struggle with reading and writing. Still to this day, I still struggle with it. My teachers told me I would never achieve anything. And here I am, 3 businesses later, employing 72 people, and also got a team of fantastic people around me, and also other companies that I support, and support other people with their journeys. Because I love to tell people they can achieve, because there's nothing better for me to see people achieve their goals.
So they told you back in the day that you couldn't do this and you couldn't do that. How did you prove them wrong?
Oh, well, I suppose I'm a bit, when people tell me I can't do something, that's when I'm at my best. I will come out fighting and show them that I can do it. And, you know, I was very clever in school because I struggled with reading and writing. I knew if I talked in class, I would be sent out to the corridor. So that meant I didn't have to learn and worry about writing. So I had a fantastic relationship with the headmaster. I knew him on first name basis. And, you know, I had a great rapport with the dinner ladies and other children that was put out in the corridor, which is quite sad really, but in a way I'm glad it happened, because it just made me the person I am today. So when somebody walks through the door that I've really struggled, I know where they're coming from, and I've supported so many people into work, into employment, and have gone on to achieve a lot of really good things. And I'm so proud of them. And I always say, it's not about me, it's about them. And that's what I like doing. There's nothing better for me to see people achieving things that they thought was never possible.
And of course, Claire, your career has changed over the years as well, because...
Well, I can back Kim up on what she says, because obviously I went to the same school as her, obviously a couple of years ahead of her. So I would have been the one walking down the corridor taking her name as she was stood outside the classroom. But no, I mean, I came out of school with 2 CSEs and a GCSE in art, you know, and I went to the careers teacher and said that I wanted to work for British Airways, and she laughed at me. And I moved up to London, I worked in a couple of customer service jobs, and went to BA, got my job at BA, and went back at the school in my uniform and basically said, don't tell anybody you can't do it, because you can. Did 25 years at BA working with people from all over the world, and I think then when I started to do this role as a celebrant, it was that knowledge and experience of being with people that allowed me to sort of go into people's homes and get as much information from them as possible to achieve the ceremonies and celebrations in life that they want. And again, with Kim, I did a lot of speaking. I worked for Rathbone as a volunteer, telling all the kids that came out of school, kids that were kicked out of school, they had to go to Rathbone and it's through basic lessons. And I would go and I would speak to them and I would say, look, you can do it. Just because a teacher's told you can't, just because an avenue has been closed with one door, doesn't mean to say that's going to stay that way. You make your choices, you fight the battle, and you win at the end of the day. And I think especially for women, it is tough. Coming into a funeral industry, as I did 9 years ago, people said to me, oh no, nobody will want a woman. And now they all want women. And that's because we do actually do the job well.
You both give me the impression that you're passionate about helping others that somehow against the odds feel as though they can't do certain things, but you've proved that wrong, both of you.
I think there's so much negativity about, you know, and I feel for kids these days as well, and young sort of adults that come out of college and university. If they're not stereotyped and they don't fit into the right box, then they don't stand a chance. And I think the one thing about the Women's Awards that we're hoping to achieve and get from it is to see 2 women who have come from a background where education wasn't our priority,
No.
you know, but we've still gone out into the world. We've had fantastic careers.
Yeah.
We've turned those careers into our businesses
Absolutely.
now. And we're both now enjoying, you know, the benefits of those roles. And obviously trying to put that across to others.
So what would winning the award mean to you?
Oh, everything.
Oh, it'd be amazing, wouldn't
It would
it?
be fantastic. I mean,
Yeah.
if we both won
Oh.
our categories, we think that would be a story to tell.
Yes.
You know, because
Definitely.
obviously we are family,
Yeah.
you know, and being family as well, that does help, because I mean, I might phone Kim up one day and say, I'm having a panic, and she'll say, chill out, calm down,
I tell her off.
and tell me off, and then she'll do the same to me a couple of weeks later.
Yeah.
You know, so we bounce off each other
Yeah.
really well like
But we
that.
did lose touch for a while.
We
didn't
lost touch for a
few
long
years.
time,
Yeah.
and we actually bumped into each other in Tesco's.
Yeah.
And that's how we got back
Yeah.
in touch with each other, wasn't
Yeah.
it? We had something sparked. We had a little chat about what we were planning to do, this, that, and the other. And then we went out for lunch, didn't we? And then it just went from there.
But you know what was absolutely amazing was when we started talking to one another, my husband Chris and Claire's husband Steve, we'd all gone through the same things, even though we hadn't been in touch for all those
Yeah.
years. Our stories were very similar, so we clicked straight away back in. It was like we'd never been out of touch, really.
Yeah. And I mean, and both, especially as both our husbands are directors in our business as
Yeah.
well. So the 4 of us then, when we do get together, you know, we can, it's almost like a mini board
Yeah.
meeting, isn't it, over
Yeah.
the dinner table. But
Yeah.
I think that's where the connection is.
Yeah.
There's an old saying, isn't there, where, you know, you realise how good your friends are, is that if you don't see them for many years, but then meet one day and pick up almost as if it was yesterday.
That's
And
right.
obviously that was the case with you two.
Yeah. So I think, in answer to the question, in winning these awards, I just think, for us, I think on a personal level, it's an amazing achievement. Not only for us and our staff and our team around us,
Yeah.
but for women in general, and to show that it doesn't
can
matter
be
what
done.
background you come from, don't matter what people tell you as you're growing up, everybody can achieve. You just gotta, one day, something will twig inside you and somebody will help you get to where you need to be, because it's there in everyone. So for us, I think it would be
Yeah.
a huge achievement, wouldn't
But I
it?
think it'll also show women as well that not to be afraid. Don't be afraid to have a go. It might not work, but at least you've had a go. At least you've given it your best shot. And I think 9 times out of 10 it does work.
Okay, so what are the key ingredients then, finally, for success? Determination, maybe?
Tenacity, yeah.
Hard
Definitely.
work, sacrifice. I
Yeah.
mean, both our families have sacrificed their time with us while we've been building our businesses.
Absolutely.
But having said that, they've supported us 100% along the way as well. You know, so people, you know, you do have to have that support behind you, because it is a tough world. It is a dog-eat-dog world out there. And there are, as Kim said earlier, there are so many people that don't want to see you achieve, especially if you're a woman. You see, so if you do have the support, that's great. But if you don't have that personal support, at least then, you know, go and find where their support is. Go and try and
I think,
do it.
you know, I don't be afraid of failure. I think that's the biggest thing. I think why people don't do things is they're afraid they're going to fail. There's no such thing as failure.
But they've been
You
told they're
learn.
going to fail.
Yeah,
They've been
but that's
told
why you
so
feel-
much they're
We
going to
were told
fail.
that.
We were told that. Yeah. So I think that's where the secret is as well. Just because people tell you that you're going to fail, because they tell you it's not possible, because you haven't got the right amount of GCSEs, because you haven't got the right amount of financial funding, that you're going to fail. And I think it's about learning how to climb over that word of failure and think, okay, well, I might have failed at this, but I'm going to try something else. And I'm going to keep trying until I win.
Yeah.
So when will we find out if you've won it or not?
Wednesday night.
And how excited are we?
Oh,
Very
so
excited.
excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very
We've got our
excited.
family on the table with
Yeah,
us.
we've got a good table of family, and we're staying the night,
Yeah.
and with anticipation that we are both going to win
Oh,
our
it'll be
categories.
amazing. Yeah.
Well, I wish you all the both the very, very best of luck, because from what I've just heard from you both, you deserve it so much.
Thank you.
Thank you
Do
for joining me.
Yeah. Do you know what though? I think everybody there that night in the finalists
Will
will winners
deserve.
anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, good luck to everybody.
Let the best man win.
Absolutely.
Or the best woman.
Best woman.
Best woman.
Best woman win.